Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Is this a Chinese Rolls Royce right next to me? No. Or is this a Lincoln? Because from the front has this Lincoln vibe, from the side it has this Cadillac vibe, but the big answer to this is no, it's neither of them. This is a Hongqi E-HS9. That's right. Now, just like other Chinese car manufacturers, already it suffers the same problem of being a bit generic. They tend to have a design that's a mishmash of what other car manufacturers come up with. But then on the bright side, there's something special about this particular electric beast. Now, when it comes to electric cars, Tesla may have built the first ever desirable electric car that was not an EcoBox. The Volkswagen Group, they caught up very quickly with the Porsche Taycan and the Volkswagen ID models, but the Chinese car manufacturers, they are putting a very big fight. They're selling desirable and beautiful electric cars and that are actually great value for money. That's actually their powerful point. I'm going to show you all in a moment what makes this Hongqi E-HS9 special. 105,000 euros, all four doors get keyless entry, you get a 360-degree parking camera, and you get a blind spot monitoring. Now let's just take a moment and admire the interior. Looks very, very techy, lots of screens just about everywhere, every part of the interior almost. It's almost as premium as you need it to be. You even get this, just like what you see in a Maybach. In fact, the seat reminds me of something you see in a Maybach. One moment you're greeted with a lot of class, and then as soon as you look at this area, you're greeted with a lot of technology. First of all, nothing budges. Everything is well built, almost bulletproof. God, when was the last time you ever saw a pocket like this in the door? Now that is so premium. And for the exterior paint work, you can choose to have a dual-tone paint. So in this particular case, the body paint is white and the roof paint is in black. How premium does that look? Now with all four doors, you get pop-out door handles, but look at what happens whenever you touch the door handles. They wobble a lot. Everything is properly aligned. Look at this. And that too, the build quality. Oh my goodness, this is epic. Now these daytime running lights have to be the longest I've ever seen on any car. You get real air vents right here. Now it should be noted that the front door shakes a lot for some reason. Like, see? Like despite how gentle I am, there's a nanosecond of the entire door shaking. See? Oh my goodness. Well, let's try this again. I can feel it. There's a bit of a vibration every time I open it. Both front seats and both rear seats are electrically adjustable. Now with all the seats in the interior, you get black leather seats with white piping to them and also a touch of Alcantara on the side. From here, we get down to the topic of the history of the Hongqi brand. This brand is very new to the EU market, but they actually have a very long history in China. They started in the 1950s, in the very late 50s. They started off as building official cars for the Chinese government. Let's check out the rear seats in detail. So, first impression, it feels very much like my experience in something like a Mercedes Viano, which is today known as V-Class. At least that's the vibe it gives, thanks to the official history with the government. Great. Interesting. I don't know if it's just me, but there's something about the seat that feels very, like this part really does compress a lot. Like it feels like it's really holding on to you. It's as if the seat has a sporty setup to it, which is a bit odd given the aim for luxury. But then the headrest is beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's just like a Maybach. Great. I'm impressed. Nice armrests right here. Oh, that are rather adjustable. That's good. They just fall down. Oh, okay, maybe they don't. Bottle holder. There's no cup holder in the middle anywhere here. Let me check this out. Ooh, 12-volt socket, 2 charging ports. You even get a 150-volt socket. Well, no, 150-watt socket, and also known as 220-volt. Okay, great. Micro narrow storage space. I bet that's good for your phone. A detailed climate control, that's beautiful. Panoramic sunroof, that's a plus. But where do I put my bottle? I think I'll just put it right here. But then, you see, what if I order something from McDonald's? Where am I supposed to put my goods? To access the back seats, it's actually quite easy because there's a gap right here. So you can easily reach the back seats. But just make no mistakes, the legroom for the third row passengers is quite narrow, right? It's very small, so it'll be cramped. So let me see if you can move the seat front. Oh yes, okay, you can move the seat front. But because you want to sit an adult in the back, your knee room can be compromised. See? So the people in the back will have more space, but then your knee room gets compromised. And I noticed the same problem in the Volvo EX90. Now, I am very impressed with how you get this little pocket right here. It feels like a luxury car. It's exactly what the premium segment should be like, because I don't see this in any other car manufacturer. And now over to the moment we've all been waiting for, the interior of the Hongqi. First of all, let's check out the cup holders. I'm interested. You get this beautiful wooden trim, and it's nice. It feels like wood. And then 2 cup holders that are of fixed sizes. Just the only problem is, despite how beautifully laid out this area is, putting a bottle right here in the middle kind of gets in the way. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to lay my arm here, but the bottle is there. So, you know, especially when you have a drink from McDonald's or something, that will just get in the way. So therefore, it's better to just put the bottle aside, or any tall drink you have. If you have a can, that's better, but you know, it gets in the way for when you use the gear or something. So yeah. And then when it comes to the start stop, it's in the screen. It's nowhere there. So this is interesting. Seating adjustment is electric, as I mentioned. And then the steering adjustment is electric too. Wow, that's great. And it's quite fast, actually. And now, speaking of steering, I like the feel of the steering wheel. It's leather wrapped, squidgy. I'm impressed. This is great. And the steering wheel is not too thick either. This has to be one of the best steering wheel I've ever held onto. Everything in moderation. An additional storage space right there. Central console storage space right here with a deep storage space. That's good. And then you get a USB point in there. Now, to open the glove box, I think you have to do it from this button right here. That reminds me of a Volvo a little bit. Volvo has this going on the EX90, and they also had a button in the XC90. That's great. The glove box is very small, but then to be fair, this car is a mammoth in the interior, so it's, you know, there's a lot of storage solutions elsewhere. But you don't get a glasses holder for some reason. So now I want to show you all the infotainment system. To start and stop the car, you just have to press this button right here, and it's all digital, really. There's no physical buttons for that. So I'm going to talk to you all about each of the screens. So logically, this is going to be your instrument cluster, fully digital. And unfold mirrors from this area. Oh wow, the mirror folding button is there. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Okay, I just want to go back to the menu. Like, let's see. So, we can even choose driving mode. So we can choose between off-road, custom, eco, comfort. I highly doubt you'll ever use off-roading, okay? I mean, let's be realistic about that. So the mapping is really good. I really like the details. It shows you a bit of the relief, I think. I'm not sure. It's just that the screen is dark. That's all. The screen's dark. And it's just not really on par with what the Volkswagen Group offers or what BMW offers. But it's as good as it has to be. It gets the job done. That's all I can say. Like, let's look at it in detail, for instance. Doesn't show you live traffic, from what I can see. But it shows you the relief a little bit, to some extent. This screen on the passenger side, I'm assuming, is directly for telephone connection. Let's see if we can watch a video. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, I get it. This is definitely for passengers. They're going to enjoy this. And then I believe this entire screen right here is dedicated to your climate control. And then, of course, you get basic parking aids and everything. And you even get the trunk button right there. That's good. And you even get a 360-degree parking camera. Oh, wow, this is really, really nice. I love the details. You can even choose which camera to use. Side view. Wow. That's great. You can choose, or you can have all cameras activated, 360 degree. This is going to be very ideal since the bonnet is quite proud. you just can't see anything beyond it. Now, just one thing to watch out for is that the railings for the seating adjustment stick out very proudly. So every time you climb out of the vehicle, there's a good chance you will always make contact with them. Just beware, because the gap between the railing and the door is very little. Flat floor over here with a little storage space underneath and your recharge wires, metal platings right here. Just be very careful with this paint, please, because it's so beautiful. I would really not want it scratched in long terms. Adjustable rear suspension to make loading luggages in the rear more easier. That's just like a Range Rover. So here's my conclusion of the Hongqi E-HS9. If you want something from the ultra luxury segment like a Rolls Royce, Bentley or a Maybach, but at a cheaper price, this is the electric SUV for you. This has to be perfect value for money. It's one of the best full-sized electric SUV you can get. This is almost an ultra luxury SUV in a nutshell. But then that doesn't mean it is perfect, all right? The equipment list is endless. It's just like my experience with BYD models and MG. They tend to have great equipment lists that's endless. And the value aspect of money, it's great. But when it comes to status for money, a bit of question gets to be raised because it looks high quality. It looks beautiful. It looks like something that will pick a fight and humiliate Rolls Royce and Range Rover and, of course, Maybach and everybody else. But the point is, does it really have what it takes to do that? It is electric. That's a plus. And so far, Range Rover hasn't really got anything to pick a fight with this. And if it does, it's going to be more expensive. And that applies to any car manufacturer from the EU market. These guys look good. They have a rich identity like BMW, Mercedes, and the Volkswagen Group. But if ever they do a full-sized electric SUV like this bad boy right here, they will charge a lot of money for this. And this is something the Chinese refuse to do. So far, they've been very generous. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.